We're having a morning of gratitude, and we're going to see if you are in the mood, to get together and boost our attitude, We're having love morning. I think that's what we'll do. We're having love morning. We'll do it in a zoo. We're having love morning. Let's dance within our shoes because it's love morning. Shooby dooby doo. Good morning. Hopefully we are working. Hopefully the tech is working. We'll get a little. Yeah. Good morning. Welcome to Love Morning. Oh, and we are not muted. Now we are. But if I can hear myself twice, that is evidence that we are working. Especially with audio lately, we've had a few moments where the mic I have not had it set up right, but I think we got it right now. Good morning. This is Love Morning. I am John Halcyon Stin. It is Monday. It feels kind of like a Monday to me. Even though I just took a shower, which is not my normal morning routine, I do feel a little, well, I'm also not doing, I'm weak for the luxury of a fairly chill day today so that I can not have my best wits about me and not worry about it, not stress about it. So good morning, Aja. Good morning, Jennifer. Good morning, Alex. And good morning, Gerbot. Welcome to Monday, everybody. Hope you had a good weekend. I am grateful to be here today. I'm grateful for many things that happened this weekend. I'm grateful that I got to see my parents. They were on a trip to Boise, exploring Idaho and its sights and delights. And I had not seen them for a week. And they've been in my mind. I've been really, I mentioned that a couple weeks ago, a old family friend and friend of my parents and a father of one of my friends and friend of, someone that I had been connected to my whole life, he passed. And it kind of, the relationship, being there, talking to my friends as they were processing the final days of their father, really made me think of my parents a lot and how lucky I am to have them. And so that I hadn't seen them since this person passed. So I really had this kind of like undone, like I really wanted to see my parents and hug my parents. And I'm so lucky. I'm so blessed that I can. And so blessed and lucky and grateful that I could. So this weekend I got to see my folks and laugh with them. And I actually, if you were here, I don't know, a couple of days ago, maybe was it Saturday morning? I went on a little side note about how grateful I was of my dad and that I finally admitted that my dad was cool. After growing up thinking, of course you think your parents aren't cool. But there's something very cool about my dad and his confidence and his presence. And I think that I gained a lot of my own comfort in myself. Although, it would have been, I guess, as much as I struggle with insecurity and social anxiety, it would have been way worse if I didn't have a role model of my dad. And so I told him, I had to tell him in person that I was so grateful for him and that I thought he was cool. And that was a great feeling. Gerbot says, grateful for the time to spend with my dad today. Awesome. And good morning, Jason. And hello, Erica. Good morning. Grateful for you, Erica, and all your volunteer efforts and your efforts of care for people. What are you grateful for? I would love to hear it. It's a wonderful part of this morning practice to remember that we are not alone. Say a good morning to fellow like-minded, open-hearted people. And to share something that you're grateful for and recognize these things that other people are grateful for. For example, Tall Paul, who is a regular in the Zoom gratitudes that I do every day, his dryer broke and was having to go to the laundromat to get his clothes dried. And then this last week he got a new dryer. And as he shared his gratitude for this replaced appliance, it just, did it remind me how grateful I am that I don't have to go to a laundromat, that I have the ability to wash my clothes and dry my clothes in my home. That's one of those things that is so easy to take for granted. But with people with a shared gratitude practice, less and less you take for granted. And I think that's the way to enjoy life. Good morning, Bill. Good morning, Tanya. Hello, Jen. Jen says, I'm grateful to be caretaking for my parents and grandma. What a beautiful role to play. Glad that they have you. Jason says, I'm grateful I'm not falling into triggers that were once easily found. Well done, Jason. And Pierre, good morning, Pierre. Pierre says, good evening. Hello to you in Amsterdam. Pierre is grateful for Kiri sharing her laser, glitter, and dance experience with me last night, as I often do with her. Good to see her having fun. That's awesome. I just had a gratitude that I forgot about. Something popped in my head. That's all right. So much more to be grateful for. Bill's asking, what do I think about Curiouser and Curiouser as a Burning Man theme? Burning Man, has the theme every year. I think most years the theme is basically Burning Man. The themes of the years have been, sometimes they're just like vague ideas, like hope and fear. And sometimes they are specific, like nouns, or like physical things that you can build around, like the floating world. So the floating world was a great theme because it's so easy to think of like fish, aquatic things, boats. So if you're looking to make a theme-based art project, I think the floating world makes it clear that you're working within that theme. So a theme like Curiouser and Curiouser, I guess it's good because on one hand, it's both. It's a vague idea the idea is basically Burning Man. Curiouser and Curiouser could be anything that's ever been at Burning Man, could be under the theme Curiouser and Curiouser. Or it can be very specific about Alice in Wonderland, which I believe that phrase is taken to. Now, I haven't not read the whole the write-up on why they chose that, so I'm probably ill-equipped to fully chime in on that theme. But I'll also say that often I am surprised by how well a theme works, or I've been critical and then it turns out to be incredible. Like American Dream was a theme years ago, I think 2004, and I was super critical of that theme. I'm like, it's just going to make people get political, and I don't want to I go to Burning Man to kind of get above the base, arguments around politics. I don't want people to be making art projects about, politics, basically. And I get it that life is politics, so it's not like we can escape it, but I think Burning Man is a place where we let go of the default world confining ideology and frameworks so that we can explore new ways of interacting and thinking and problem solving. That being said, radical self-expression, whatever you want. If you want to make an art project about Trump, or you want to make an art project about your neighborhood crossing guard, whatever, go for it. However, the American Dream theme I thought was incredible because it really explored ideas that the United States is based on And a lot of people really got into ideas of freedom and freedom of expression. And I think it really helped me and other people feel a connection to the roots of America and really get to witness and recognize how much of founding forefathers' intentions. Now, I'm not touching on the, of course, when they say all men and things like that, it was a time when we're not talking about women and people of color. I get that, but at least the ideology within their limited the time were a lot of overlapped with 10 Principles ideas in terms of freedom, and so that was a theme that I did not initially like at all, and turned out to be, I thought, a great one. Jennifer saying, I heard Floating World was an amazing year. Yes. I mean, if I remember correctly, that was the year where there was a huge whale, a huge glow-up whale mutant vehicle that had a blowhole that shot fire. And then there was like a huge sailing ship. I don't think it was the Contessa, but it was another ship. And there was a time when the ship was chasing the whale, or slowly chasing it around the playa, and you're like, "Oh, that's so cool." Meanwhile, it's driving by little mutant vehicles. They're like octopi and bicycles that look like fish, and it was just super cool. Did I say hello to you yet, Dawn? Good morning, Dawn. Hello to you in Utah. How about you, Bill? What do you think of the theme, Curiouser and Curiouser? I think, I'm trying to think of what are some of the, a camp like Pink Heart, in the past, we have not been very focused on the theme. We have been, it's the intentions of the camp, and the idea is theme independent. So we sometimes will try to integrate aspects of the theme, at least sometimes in addition to what our offerings will have something in the frontage that is connected to the theme, or we'll label things different. Like instead of water, it'll be the watering hole for zoo. What's it? Animalia. Because instead of serving water, we're serving water to animals, things like that. Maybe it was the Contessa. Thank you, Gerbot. And Gerbot saying that, yes, theme is optional. Yeah, I think that's always good to remember. The theme of Burning Man is always Burning Man, and it's always radical self-expression. And if you would like to explore or have an inspiration, the theme is a great way to just kind of get pushed in a direction of inspiration, but it is not confining, and it should not limit the far more important inspiration, which is from within you. Well, anyone else want to share any more gratitude today before we have a hug and go off into our days and remember that we're surrounded by like-minded people and that we have the ability to be love ambassadors as we go through the world just by being friendly and kind and trying to remind others that it's okay to be a little bit vulnerable in the way we connect and show kindness and look for gifting opportunities in the world. I think, the Burning Man theme is gifting. Good morning, Painty. Good morning. Well, I think with that, let's have ourselves a hug. So wherever you are, give yourself a big squeeze of appreciation for this body and this moment. Appreciation for all the ways that we find radical self-expression in ourselves and we witness it in the world. Let's try to support it whenever we see it. Encourage the people that are vulnerably showing their weirdness, showing their curiouser and curiouser expressions in the world. Let's recognize that we have the ability to be activists as we raise the bar on what is acceptable in the world. So let's take a deep breath in and squeeze. On behalf of Grandpa Caleb and all of you, thanks for being here for this Hug Nation Love Morning. Have an incredible day. Love you. Happy Monday.